All right, what's up, y'all? This is Foos and Medicine, and welcome to our second episode of the Foos and Medicine unnamed podcast, y'all. We still don't have a name, so if you guys
Still
got any
don't.
suggestions, please let us know.
Let us know. That's
Yeah.
right. We're super excited and happy to have this conversation right now. Honestly, I can't tell you guys how proud I am of this individual. We actually, me and this fool go back years. We went to undergrad together. We'll get a little bit more into it, but Irvin had what is it? A what's that word called? Like when you bump into somebody?
Oh yeah, we had an encounter,
An
y'all.
encounter in a particular place in LA. We'll talk more about it. But this man here went to Cal State Northridge for undergrad. Born, or I'm not sure where he was born, but I know he's from the Valley in LA, from Silmar. Very close friend of mine. Super proud of him. We did research in organic chemistry together. This guy's a GOAT in that lab with multiple publications. This man went on to go to Stanford to get his PA degree. He's a recent grad, and he also creates content for you guys. So make sure you follow him, and we'll talk more about everything he does. But we have here el Padrino, also known as Omar Nunez, right here. Give it up for him.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Blessed and thankful to be here. I appreciate the introduction.
Of course, pal. You deserve everything.
It was pretty moving. You got me a little hyped, not gonna lie.
No, bro. I mean, honestly, I'm super happy that we have you here because, one, you're a really cool homie of mine. I'm super proud of what you've done, super proud of your achievements. And not only that, but as an individual, I've always, looked up to you. And, as someone that's slightly older than me and someone that was a year above me in undergrad, I always try to model some of the things I did after you because that's how inspiring and motivating you were to me. As I seen your work ethic and everything you were doing in undergrad. And I knew you were going to get to very far places, when I met you, and you have. So that's why you're here, bro. I'm so happy to talk about everything we're going to talk about with you, and I'm sure everybody out there is going to appreciate this conversation. Yeah.
Awesome, man. And it's a two-way street, man. I can say likewise. You've always been very, very inspiring, bro. You work on the down low. At least you did it back in the day, bro. And Look at you now, man. Look at you now. Heavily proud of you.
Thank
Not
you.
even surprised, though.
Thank you.
And, Irvin, we met before. Maybe we could talk about that for the most part. But yeah, super happy to finally officially meet you.
So we're happy to have you here. And I guess just for the viewers and everyone else, you want to kind of introduce yourself. I know we did a brief intro, but tell us about you. Tell us about your upbringing, what got you to where you're at, and so on.
Got it. I mean, where did it start? So I was born to beautiful Mexican immigrant parents, both from Zacatecas. I am the second child. I have older sister, little brother. Grew up, basically was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, specifically Silmar, right in the corner, right in the border between San Fernando and Silmar. And, grew up playing sports most of my life. Didn't really think I'd go very far with education. Eventually, I realized that
You were a star baseball player for your high school team, right?
Oh, I definitely was. Nah.
Yeah, I see. You were on an article or something, no?
So I was playing for sure in high school.
Where'd you go?
I went to Granada High School.
Granada?
Granada Charter High School. The coach saw me play when I was in middle school. Wanted to recruit me. Played there for a while. And then I did okay. I could have played college. I definitely I could have played for a community college. A little bit fast forward, come at CSUN actually, my third year, right before getting chemistry, I tried out for the baseball club team, and I made a recut. But then I made a difficult decision and
cut it out.
Realized if I really wanted to get my life together, I had to
you chose a pretty difficult career path.
So you chose to do school instead.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. And I know we said you're a PA, but some people might not know what that means.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it is? What does PA stand for, and what does that mean?
Of course. So I think one thing for sure, it's not really too well known. One, because in Latin America, Mexico, a lot of these countries, PAs don't exist. So that's nurses or medicals aka doctors, right? So a PA is a physician assistant, or or more recent, they got switched to a physician associate, and essentially it is a provider that's trained under the medical model, same as physicians, but on the master's level. And essentially, you learn the diseases, the medications that every provider needs to know, but at the same time, you're able to, prescribe medications, perform physical exams, perform procedures, assist in surgeries, diagnose, treat, all that shebang. And yeah, it's relatively new, not too new. Yeah, I think it was developed in the 1970s specifically, and it was just because of the shortage of doctors back in the day. And this was during one of the wars, Vietnam War maybe, and they wanted to accelerate the process of providers, advanced providers, to be able to help veterans and people in the United States essentially. And yeah, that's really where it came from, and now it's one of the highest growing.
Super popular now.
Super popular. It's been top 5 STEM jobs in the U.S. for quite a while now, and it's projected to grow by 30% in several years. So very good field of choice, a field of area of medicine. It's one of the reasons why I chose it.
Damn, thank you for the history. I didn't know a lot of that. That's pretty cool.
They don't teach that in the history books.
Yeah, that's dope. I appreciate you sharing that with us. I guess what made you want to do that?
Yeah,
because I know at some point you made the decision to pursue PA, right? But you might have thought different career paths in the beginning and stuff. I know we spoke about different things while we were in undergrad, and so exactly. What ultimately led you to that career choice?
Yeah, so when I was with the undergrad, we were pre-med for the most part. So I didn't really know about the PA profession. Sometime in undergrad, I discovered it, but didn't really look much into it. I was heavily focused on being a doctor. And I finished. I knew I wanted to go into medicine, but the big change really came from something came up in my life. One of my uncles passed away, and during that week, I had 3 exams that week. I had 3 different job positions, and it became really difficult for me to be able to take the initiative to go to my uncle's funeral specifically. And that's when I questioned medicine in general. I was I'm studying hard, I'm doing everything I can, but what's the point of doing all this if I can't be there for my family, That was a turning point for me. Absolutely. And then actually, the month before, I applied to UCLA Prep, the pre-med internship that you were at. Shout out to UCLA Prep.
Yeah.
A month after that, I got accepted, and I was like, well, maybe it's a sign. Maybe I should go check it out. I got accepted. It's difficult to get into. Yeah. Why not give it a shot? And they reeled me back in, and there I am being pre-med again. Yeah. And I loved it, honestly, but I realized with time that I was in love with medicine. I was in love with science, providing care for people. With a higher scope of practice. And eventually, when I graduated, everything started falling to pieces. I did more research in the PA field, and I started to realize that my mission and goals were more aligned with the PA profession. For that reason, on top of that, one thing that played a huge role for me was with PAs. You don't necessarily have to do a residency. Now it's a trend to do residencies, but not necessary. And with that, it gives you liberty to move laterally through medicine, right? So if I go into emergency medicine, if I want to make the switch to dermatology or surgery, I can make that without going through a residency program. And at the time, I knew I liked acute care. I knew I liked emergency medicine, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And that uncertainty made me want to pursue the PA route because I knew I could make a change whenever I wanted to. And I feel for me, that would have made me a better overall provider, being able to hit multiple spaces in medicine.
So, for the people out there who might be considering medical school or PA or even NP, actually let's stick to med school versus PA because that was your choice. What piece of advice or things that you think that people should consider when they're thinking between the two? Yeah. What things should people consider?
Yeah, it's a big question. The question I get all the time.
Bro, I'm pretty sure.
All the time.
Get that a lot. Yeah.
And it's difficult to dissect because with being a physician, there's like so much emotion involved, right? Like you really only grow up, especially if you're Latino or a minority or from a different country, like you really only know doctors or nurses, like straight up, that's it. So your whole dream was to be a doctor, so it's hard to like talk about that individually with people because a lot of families can be involved in their decisions as well. The biggest advice I have is to like actually shadow a PA and a doctor and like talk to them. That's the best way you can know because you can Google everything, what is the difference, but it's just like verbiage and it's really hard to picture what that looks like in a clinical setting, you know? I think knowing the perspectives of PAs and doctors, like physically asking them can like really help you align your mission and goals.
That's you know what, I 100% agree with that. I'm sure Alexis does too, even with our field. I think a lot of people who come from our backgrounds or who don't have those connections with providers, physicians, PAs, anything like that. Like a lot of people even ask us, like, how do I get shadowing experience? It's honestly hard. I had a really hard time getting shadowing
Very difficult.
experience. So like, do you have any advice for people to go about that?
So one thing I wish I did, as an undergrad or trying to get to PA score, higher education is just literally cold email as many people as you can. Like that's one thing I wish I did. Like,
for sure.
I always thought it was like so difficult. It took a lot out of me to do those emails, but honestly, like you could send like 10, 20, and 30 and it only takes one
to say yes.
Honestly.
And I have a story with that, bro, because I also did prep. You mentioned UCLA prep. Shout out to UCLA prep. It's and everyone out there should look into this program. And I'm sure there's a lot of programs that exist out there throughout the country, but it's pretty much just a pre-med, pre-health, pre-nursing program. If you're interested in any pre-health career, that's what these kinds of programs are there for. And this is what this was at UCLA. It's called PREP prep. But through this program, I was able to shadow a doctor for the first time, right? And this was I was a junior. I was in my third year of college, and I was saying, oh, I want to be a doctor, right? I was telling myself this for already a year and a half now, but I had never shadowed an actual physician, and I had never met like any other med student in because we went to Cal State Northridge together, and we don't have an associated med school as we know, like like a UCLA or like these other big universities. So like I never had the opportunity, and I'm sure you too, to really meet a med student and stuff like that. So we were working towards this goal that was like almost like a myth. Like what are we working towards?
An idea.
Right? An idea, exactly. Anyways, after the UCLA prep program, you were able to meet these doctors and stuff, and then after the program, I was literally like sitting there like, oh man, should I email this doctor? Like, because this one doctor in particular who I ended up working with, who I ended up establishing a relationship with, like I really connected with during that shadowing opportunity, right? And I was like, damn, should I reach out? Should I reach out? Like I was so scared. But like you said, the worst cases, they don't respond or they say yes, and it all takes that one person to say yes, come in, right? And I ended up emailing not just him, but everybody that I met, everyone who I got a contact info from, and I got come in. You know what I mean? And that's all it took. So for anybody out there like thinking about it or has a contact info, just send that email. Worst thing that happens is they don't respond or they say I'm too busy. That's okay. You just keep trying to find new contacts, right? And I'm sure you've probably had this experience, Irvin, like with that sort of thing.
Yeah. Damn. The cold email thing, that's so true, man. Like, yeah, I just remember it sucked, yo. Like, unless you came, I remember like it was a thing. I went to like a pretty big university where there's a lot of pre-meds. And it's like one of the biggest research schools. I think at the time it was like the number one most, they really emphasized it was like the number one most funded like research school in the country or something like that. And I didn't even, when they were telling us all this, I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just here because it's, like,
some Albert Einstein stuff.
Yeah, like I didn't even know what they were talking about. They're like, oh, like you guys just got into the school with like the number one like R01s or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. What research this, research that, and I was so confused. And I just didn't know what it meant. But then, once I actually got there and people were like talking, oh yeah, I'm doing research, blah, blah, blah. were like, hey, if you're pre-med, you got to be doing research. And then I was like, okay, like, and I tried to get research, and it was so hard. Like, it was so hard to find
the research
anyone.
part
It was like,
is a big one, yeah.
Unless you like literally had connections, or you came in and were like part of a program. Like there was like certain like high school programs that certain students would do, or like first year, like they were involved with research through some certain program. Then you wouldn't be able to like, it was really hard to get into those labs or whatever, or like shadowing programs and stuff. And my high school was like arguably one of the worst in the state of Washington where I went. And so like we didn't get none of those resources. Like that never came to us. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have known about this. I would have applied. And then later on I found out like most of those programs actually excluded like DACA students. Even like the prep. Oh, there was one called the one called SHPEP. SHPEP. And everyone, all the like. So when I first got to undergrad, like I met like my Latino homies, right? And it was like a Latino frat, and they took me in and they gave me hella like advice and stuff. And they're like, you gotta do SHPEP. You gotta do SHPEP. Everyone said you gotta do SHPEP. Everyone does SHPEP. And I was like, all right, babe, whatever. And then when I came to apply, it was like, no, you gotta be U.S. citizen. And I was like, oh, what the hell? And so I wasn't able to do it. And then I tried again my second year, met up with someone, and they were like, I guess there was like a loophole where basically you had to work as like a RA. Like you had to like volunteer your time to be like a resident assistant or whatever. Like like, I don't know, be like how do you even explain that? Like
when you
like
you're pretty much working on the experience. Like you're working, taking care of like, you're like a manager.
Kind of like a...
Oh, you're on payroll somehow.
No, not necessarily.
Aren't you like a manager? Like you make sure you like deal with people, take all the complaints.
No, yeah, for the housing.
That's
so it's kind of like
that's the RA thing.
So yeah, exactly. So like it's like a bunch of college students are like 18, 19, whatever.
Like if someone's turning up, like partying, and it's like 2 a.m. and you're the one that has to go shut that thing down.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, you can do that, and then like be an RA, and then you can like kind of sneak into the
that's
stuff.
Crazy, bro.
And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know about that.
So you got to be a certified snitch.
Yeah,
and you said,
I said, no, hell no, I'm not gonna do no 6ix9ine stuff. Like hell no, I said hell no, no rats here, y'all.
Damn, bro, I commend you for that. Damn.
So, anyways, I just didn't do it, and so then the way I had to go about it was I just cold email hella people.
Exactly.
And it sucked.
It's hard to develop emails, especially when you know it's someone who's like you want to be like your dream. That makes it very difficult, especially when like I feel like no one really taught me really how to send emails at the time. No one really taught me to like
that's
put yourself
a skill.
out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like when you come from humble beginnings too, you're taught to like a little bit of stay in the shadow. Don't cause too much attention. I feel like that bleeds into like situations like this where we could have benefited from just saying, you know what, like F it, I'm gonna send an email.
Yeah,
I don't care. And that's why nowadays, like we're in a new age, ChatGPT. Honestly, that's all I do for nowadays. I'm not gonna lie, for everything, meal prep, workouts, everything. But it'll be that much easier to do a cold email. But don't make it too robotic.
Yeah, for sure. Edit it, do that stuff. We're not like endorsing ChatGPT or anything like that, but you use it every now and then. Just proofread it, make sure it's still, it's use it as a tool, helping tool, but don't. Yeah.
ChatGPT, if you're seeing this, if you want to sponsor our medical degree, like we're more than open to it.
Yeah, then we'll shout y'all out. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, really, really important thing actually. It's one of those things that we don't really talk about is the emails. Like y'all said, I feel like when I email someone, I feel like I'm not being myself. Like it's almost like if I just like
it's like that meme where it's like the email you receive or like who you're really like emailing or something.
Yeah. Like I feel like when I send an email, I'm like, greetings, blah blah blah. Like hope you are doing well. Blah blah. Blah. I hope this email.
I always start my emails with dear.
Like I gotta get like a glass of wine, sit down, and be like, all right, like we gotta like be hella whatever. But you don't learn that. And I remember one of my homies, you met him, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when he first got to college, oh man, I put him on blast. My bad. Nah, he be cool with it. He be cool. He be cool with it though. I know he be getting cool with it. I remember he literally hit me up. He's like, "Yo, bro, my professor's hella pissed at me because I emailed him." about like some homework or something.
He's
I'm
like, "What's up, fool?"
I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Why would he be pissed? And he like pulls it up and he's just like, hey, not turning in the homework on time. Like, cool if I get like an extension and like something like that, like super informal. And I was like, bro, that's not how you send an email to a professor.
Bro, but you're right. Nobody teaches us that.
Exactly.
Right? Like you mentioned, no one teaches us that. And it's a skill. It's a real skill that, bro, a dude from South Central came out here. Bro, I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you write an email?
Hey, what's up, fool? Like,
Hey, I was literally like,
where you from?
hello? Before we continue and before we talk about, we want to get into El Padrino and the content creation and all of that. We want to give some words and some shout outs to actually you take it from here, bro. You're wearing the shirt.
All right, you guys. So today, oh, actually, no, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, I got home and we had 2 boxes in my mail room.
Yeah.
And then we opened them, and sure enough, it was the kids of immigrants. You know, they shout out to these people. They've been sending us some stuff, and we love it. Like, we really like their merch, and they did this new like Bucanas / Kids of Immigrant collab, which is super dope.
Yeah.
My shirt.
Turn around.
Sheesh.
That's hard.
And then this dude got a
A ver la
shirt.
tuya.
Shout out Kids of Immigrants. Thank you for this fire drip. We got the Bucanas collabs. Make sure you guys check them out on everything, really. Kids of Immigrants. Check out this fire back design. I'm wearing an extra large, but y'all know how it fits. Y'all can see that. You feel me? I ain't gotta tell y'all, but look, check it out. It's fire. This hat is actually theirs as well. Look at that. Kids of Immigrants with the collab patch on the side. Y'all, we really love this brand and we rock with them because they pretty much represent the idea of who we all are here sitting on this couch. You know, first generation students. Irvin actually was born in Mexico, but you know, we're kids of immigrants, right? All of our parents here immigrated to this country for whatever that vision they had was, right? And thankfully for them, it led to us pursuing higher education and bettering ourselves and our families. So we love this brand. Shout out to Kids of Immigrants, and thank you for this super fire merch. All right, you guys, so we're back. We want to get into the El Padrino, you know, because I've seen this legend on Instagram and TikTok, you know, social media creation. And actually, I remember I have this story because before I got into the whole content creation stuff with my boy Irvin, and I was never on social media, as you mentioned earlier, like on that low-key stuff, because I was never on social media before any of this, honestly. I didn't create a social media page till like med school, literally.
Wouldn't even post stories, nothing.
Nothing, right? And if I did create it, I wouldn't post anything. Exactly. Omar knows. So like before this whole thing, I remember having a conversation with Omar because he literally inspired me because he posted this video and it took off, bro. I remember you know, I had seen it and then it took off. It got a good amount of views, bro. I remember I clicked on it. I saw the comments. People were like, oh my God, like you're inspiring me, this and that. And you know, you were just putting a video about, I think it was like you were walking through the Stanford campus and you were like this is what my parents like came here for. Like, this is why I'm doing this, right? So, you know, I want to talk to you about your page, El Padrino, and why you started this and what was like your vision behind this, and then I also kind of spell it out for everybody out there to follow you and stuff like that.
Damn, appreciate that. And yeah, I remember that day perfectly. You're like, you told me, you know what, me and my homie want to create content, kind of like what you're doing, you know, to uplift communities, just make it known that, you know, we can do it. Anyone can do it, right? Like la gente can do it. Mm-hmm. Remember that, like, crisp and clear. Mm-hmm. But not like y'all, bro. Yeah, podcast and everything. Damn.
Bro, that was actually maybe like a week after, like, the carne asada thing.
You know what's so crazy, y'all? You know where that carne asada was?
Here.
Right there, bro. Oh, literally on the outside of that window.
We're standing feet away from where the Foos and Medicine, like, handshake was done.
Yeah.
Damn.
Literally
full circle moment.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, y'all. I'm not even kidding you. Maybe, what's that, like 20 feet away from us?
Probably.
We were at a carne asada, y'all. If y'all haven't heard the story, we were at a carne asada. We were drinking, you know, water and, and whatever. We were just eating and stuff,
frescas. Yeah.
like agua frescas, jarritos, whatever. And then the conversation popped up.
There it is, bro. So you can see it for yourself.
Oh, okay.
Could you play that one more time, bro, for Irvin to see?
So this was on Instagram, but I reposted it from TikTok. It was on TikTok
on TikTok it went viral.
Off, yeah.
On TikTok it went viral. Yeah. But look, he's the caption is like
and of course it's Hasta la Raíz, the song.
Hasta la Raíz song.
Very wholesome.
What is the? Sorry guys, I'm blind. If y'all don't know, what does it say?
It says something like point of view. There's no way I can say it exactly, but essentially point of view, like me realizing I'm at Stanford, I'm in Stanford medicine department, in a place and time where my parents like dream for me to be there, like basically living my parents' dream.
Yeah,
I think that's something
that's
like,
beautiful.
I like to pause, on my most like difficult days and just remind myself that like I'm living my parents' dream.
Yeah.
So when you put that out, like what was going through your? I guess you kind of touched on it.
And honestly, not really quite sure. I know I love that song, Hasta la Raíz. It makes me like kind of emotional a little bit. She talks about Mexico, but it's a little bit more deep than that. Like sacrifices, my love for Mexico, and obviously like my parents are Mexican, but like anything Mexico is like my family's attached to. It's like a big driver to my motivation, and I saw a similar video actually that was kind of motivating like that. Something about Harper Law, and one of my friends sent it to me actually, and from there she was like, you should probably post something like that. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And a couple weeks later I did, and it just popped off.
Man, that's dope.
I haven't looked back since then. Yeah.
So when you posted that, were you like, was it on the spot, or you kind of planned it, or how was it?
I took some time to post it, but not enough. I mean, I didn't think it was I had never gone trending before, And I think at the time, it was one of my first like TikTok videos, and I just didn't really think much about it. So like hours later, when it was trending and going off, it like blew my mind. And just like obviously you guys like read the comments, and some of those comments are honestly very wholesome and beautiful, and like inspiring and like reassuring, And from there, that sort of inspired me to like push out more content.
Damn, bro, you're literally like, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like you're taking me back to when we started too. Like, that's kind of how it felt, right? Like,
bro, I remember your first video. I was like, I'm gonna double like that shit.
That's cool, man. Like,
it was a la playa, right? Vamos a la playa, Bad Bunny.
Oh, no.
Outside.
Here.
It wasn't a playa one. It was a.
Well, we had a picture, but then
Body. There you go.
Body. Honestly, bro, like, man, I'm so proud of you. I'm sure all your family is, and you hear this all the time. And seeing that is like really, really motivating for everyone, right? Because Stanford medicine, right? Parents immigrated from Mexico. A lot of people out there can probably connect with that. Parents immigrated from, wherever in this country, and we're trying to do something, something else, something to change up the narrative, right? Like whatever the stereotype is out there. Oh, Mexican. Oh man, he's just gonna fall into construction, or he's just gonna be this. He's just gonna be that, right? We're trying to change that up.
Yeah.
So as you were going through this application cycle, I guess we want to kind of talk about also like the PA path and the PA journey. As you mentioned, it's getting way more popular. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about the PA route. I'm hearing it's getting more competitive, right?
Yeah.
First, maybe let's talk about like the PA application, because to be honest, I'm not really familiar with that process and what the difference is, or not the difference. I don't expect you to like talk about the med school application cycle, but maybe just how the PA application process is, and then just your experience with that.
Yeah. So it's pretty similar for med schools. AMCAS.
MCAT.
Wait, no, the
AMCAS, correct.
AMCAS, yeah. So the reason why I know is because UCLA Prep, they like help us set up a profile. And
right.
By the way, shout out to you. You're the reason why I knew about UCLA Prep. You told the pre told me.
Yeah.
And that's how I got in, bro. So
I was so happy when you got in, bro.
A trip.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super happy.
You've been an influencer before you were on social media.
On the low.
That's
on the low, bro.
That's literally what the name influencer or whatever, like, is literally someone who influences people, right? So, like, I feel like that's what it truly means.
True. Yeah, and I remember I told you guys, I was like, bro, you guys, you got to apply to this oh, my bad. You got to apply to this program. UCLA Prep, right?
Yeah, I remember that, bro.
You were like, yeah, shoot, let's do it.
Let me give it a shot.
And you got in, and I had no doubt. Yeah.
You were like giving inspirational speeches like before the games, huh? You were like, "Come on, guys, let's do it."
Hey, but bro, yeah, you're pretty inspirational with your speeches, bro. Yeah, you get in it.
Chill.
Yeah, you get in with your passion.
Nah.
Yeah, I know that.
I appreciate that, pa, for real. Gracias.
Yeah,
I don't consider myself that, but you know what? It means a lot coming from you guys.
He's like, "Come on, guys, we're gonna do this shit, guys. We got this. Like, succeed on 3, guys. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, succeed.
That's messed up."
Yeah. Oh, I have a good story for you, actually, Alexis.
Let's do it.
So another thing on topic about I guess you just being passionate without even knowing it and like meaningful. I remember Fred,
yeah,
who went to UPenn. So
Fred.
he was your OChem lab instructor.
The homie Fred.
Yeah. He came up to me one day, bro. He's my best friend. He was like my mentor pretty much.
That's
he came
true,
up to me one day and he was like, Alexis came up to me and like he pulled me to the side and said like, dude, I'm happy, I'm proud to see like someone from the Raza.
I remember that.
Like being like an actual lab leader, like teaching the lab. Like
I remember
it's
that.
nothing but white folk out here and you're literally leading it, like, and you just took him to the side, bro, and you made him pause and think, and he reflected, and it hit him hard, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
About it. I remember that shit clearly.
That. Yeah, because that was the truth.
It's very meaningful, though, bro. Yeah, very meaningful.
That's crazy. I remember that, and honestly, it did mean a lot to me because before that, I never seen that before, right? And Fred, shout out Fred. I don't know if
Dr. Fregoso now.
Dr. Fregoso.
PhD from UPenn.
That's right, from University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League. Very inspirational homie. He was up there leading the class, right? And I never seen that before, to be honest. And seeing a Raza up there being the professor essentially for this OChem lab, I was super inspired by it, and I just felt like that day I had to just tell him, because I felt that way, the whole time, but leading up to that day, I just felt like, damn, bro, like, I just gotta let you know, man, like, this is really inspiring, and thank you for what you're doing, because it's motivating me.
Yeah.
And I, for whatever reason, I drew motivation for that, and I was like, maybe I could be standing in front of a class like that. That'd be super dope, Yeah. So I just had to let him know.
Yeah, he's thankful for that, bro. Big time. There you go, been an influencer, bro, since day one.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I forgot about that. He has I forgot if it's his mom or his dad, but one of them is also from Mexico, from Guerrero, right?
His mom, I think.
From Guerrero. I remember that. I remember we had that convo after. And shout out to the homie, man.
Yeah,
proud of you, Dr. Fregoso.
That's what's up.
MCAS. So it's pretty similar. It's pretty similar to the application process. Is you put down your experiences, you apply. It's one.
What is it called?
Oh, my bad. It's called CASPA. CASPA.
CASPA. Got it.
Almost like Casper, but CASPA. It's a centralized platform where you apply to essentially any and every PA program in the U.S. And you put down all your I guess like resume stuff, your grades, everything. It's pretty similar, exactly the same. And then in the same platform nowadays, actually, you do supplementals there. So it's pretty similar. You put everything down. From what I recall, I never completed the AMCAS application. I got a chance to look at it, but it's pretty similar. And from there, I was pretty insecure about my academic career. I feel like I had a lot of insecurities with that, and obviously I think it's like a double-edged sword. Like on the bright side, like I'm working hard because I feel like I'm never good enough. That sounds bad, but it's a good thing in a sense. I think I'm somewhere in the middle. So I applied to a lot of schools, more than I should have, and I never would have thought I would have gone to Stanford, bro. When I got into Stanford, I had my first interview, and I thought
That was your first interview?
No, it was actually one of the last schools I got.
Okay.
They were pretty late.
Got it.
But Stanford had 2 interviews at the time. I had my first interview, and I know I had a little hiccup on a question, bro. To this day, bro, I remember they asked. They were like, "What? Can you tell us a time when you promoted diversity or something like that?" And I was like, diversity. I am diversity. You know, like it threw me off, bro. Like I stuttered. I didn't talk for like a whole minute, so I thought I failed. I was like, all right, they cut me. Like I didn't do good. Cried. Like 10 seconds later, got the email. I was at the gym, had the best pump of my life, and then had my second interview, and you know, I got accepted.
Boom.
And I fucking cried.
Let's go.
So they accepted you like 10 seconds later, or?
No, after I cried, they accepted me 10 seconds later, the first interview.
Dude, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, after you cried.
Yeah, after I cried, okay.
Did they accept you like day of, or how long?
It was a day of. Yeah, actually, it was pretty
What?
quick.
Yo.
The second interview. The second interview, too, like, it just had me, like, yeah. But
oh, my bad.
I felt blessed, bro. Like, and then the crazy thing was, when I got accepted, I wasn't thinking about me. I was thinking about my family. I'm like, damn. Like, to think of, like, my parents coming from where they came from and me getting to this, like, I would have never been able to do that. Like, it takes a village.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
It was like your first thoughts after the acceptance?
First thoughts. And actually, I think I almost didn't go to Stanford because I don't know. I felt like I started to, like, I think imposter syndrome was hitting hard. And I was like, it's too expensive, like this and that. And then Jam from UCLA Prep, I actually sent her an email. And I was in EMT at the time, I was in the ambulance, and she just like FaceTimed me. And she was like, she basically told me, you're going to take the debt to your grave. Like, you're going to go. Like, you're figured out.
I mean, bro, it's Stanford. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, everybody knows Stanford, right? So, how was your experience going to Stanford and training to become, you know, a physician assistant or a physician associate? You know, you just graduated, right? And congratulations on that. That's a huge milestone. What was that experience like?
Like just going through like PA school essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was a big change for me. You know, I think the Stanford's like medical school is relatively diverse, but in a diverse way, in a manner where like I wasn't used to it. You know, in the Valley, going to Cal State Northridge, you know, you really get like a mixture of Latinos, you know, Filipinos, Armenians, maybe. Like that was the most diverse I've seen. Then Stanford, like people from all over the world going there, East Coast, you know, different countries, and it really threw me off. Honestly, it was like a culture shock in a different way, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome hit hard because, like, you know, just listening to some of these folks just talk, it's just like, damn, they lost me at the third intelligent word they said, you know? And so imposter syndrome was hard. I think the first quarter was the most difficult by far, not because of content. The content gets difficult as you go through medicine, but it's just a culture shock and trying to find your people and your group, moving away. But, you know, overall, PA school was, you know, not easy. It was worth the while, and I think it was worth it. I mean, I think I learned a lot, and it was very reassuring in my path, like what I wanted to do. It was really cool that Stanford's PA program is like integrated with the medical students. So like we are already like in a team. We're exchanging ideas. We're seeing what the differences are. We're working as a team, and it was really cool. Honestly, the way it was integrated, I think, was actually beautifully made overall. And you know, looking back, I think I learned a lot, and I'm thankful that I went to Stanford. I'm even more thankful that like I'm completely blessed that like I got a scholarship and by the government, and thankfully I
Full ride, right?
Full ride.
Congrats.
So essentially debt free. The only times I ever took out loans, honestly, was to travel. So incredibly thankful and grateful that I got that scholarship.
I love that you bring that up because I think that's one of people's biggest barriers. You know, I think even like talking to some people today, people were telling me like, oh yeah, the thing is college is really expensive and med school and all that stuff is really expensive. And yeah, it is. But I feel like, you know, like there's help out there, you know, and we have 3 people sitting in front of you, all Latinos, first generation, who got full rides to, you said undergrad too?
Undergrad, no, but basically FAFSA paid for everything, so that was cool.
Like there you go, like, you know, like it's not like we don't all take out loans or anything like that, right? There's help out there, and especially if you're a sick ass fool, and you have a sick ass story, like they don't see that stuff in these spaces, right? Like you don't see a sick ass fool at UCLA med school or whatever. Like that's rare. Actually, on our way into the podcast room, the security guard stopped me. I don't tell you this yet, but we basically chopped it up for a bit, and he was like, "Man, what you and your homie doing out here?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're actually like about to record something." He's like, "Oh, for real?" He's like, "Oh, what is it? Like, you guys are like TikTokers or what?" I'm like, I mean, we're on those platforms and stuff, but you know, like we're basically, you know, just sharing our story, you know, being first-gen Latinos and all that stuff. And he's like, "Man, you know what? I see all these fools around here, like all of them are like, you know, white and all that stuff. And then I see you and your homie, man, like." You are some fools, you know, like before I even told him what our name is.
You are some fools. That's crazy.
Before I even told him the name of our page, he was like, "Man, like I love seeing you guys out here, man. That's dope. Like I see some Mexican kids out here, like walking in here. It's like y'all don't look like any of the people that live here." And this is the security guard for the UCLA housing and stuff. So it was cool.
Yeah, it's moments like that, you know, where like people who work in the departments, they come up to you and you speak to them in Spanish, and they're like, "Shook, you're like." Student here, like I love that part, and like also make them feel comfortable and included in a space where they're probably like the only Latinos there, right? Like interacting with themselves and like
exactly. And sometimes people are shocked to hear that we're med students. Speaking of today, do you remember, bro? So anyways, preface a little bit. Today we were at this LA Dodger Foundation event. It was super cool. Like UCLA Health partnered with them, and they had like health screenings and stuff free to the community. Super dope, you know, people came in there, got their health screenings, dental screenings, health education. The kids were everywhere playing games. Super cool. We got to be a part of that. But at one point, someone, do you remember? Like,
I don't think so.
So basically, someone came up to us and then they're like, "Oh, like, what's up with you guys?" Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, "Oh, we're medical students." And like, she like looked at Alexis and she's like, "I thought you were a PT." I'm like, "Oh, damn." Like,
yeah, she did say that. You're right. I thought you were PT. I didn't even know how to respond.
Who said that?
Just someone there.
Someone
civilian?
there. Yeah, like, well, she was like a part of the event. Like, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you were PT," and I didn't know how to take that.
I know. I just hopped in and I was like, "Oh, it's because he's jacked, huh? Like, it's because he's fit, huh?"
Yeah,
like, "Oh, yeah."
She's like, "I'm looking for a trainer or something," or like, I don't know.
I'm like, "Wait, what does a PT look like?"
But but that's the thing. Like, you know, you're right, bro. Like, we are changing things up. We've gotten that before. That's not the first time we've heard it, and it won't be the last. We don't look like a typical medical professional, right? Whatever. But that's why we're doing what we're doing, right? And that's why we're proud of people like El Padrino, right? Doing what we're doing, sharing this content for others to see out there that, you know, it doesn't even have to be medicine, but it could be whatever you want. You know, law school, freaking engineering. There's so much to do out there now that I can't even name it all, but like, you could do whatever you want, and there's no certain way of looking like anything. You could do it. Like, don't, you know, like screw all that.
It's crazy because we had I don't know if you remember, there was a little girl, maybe like, what, 6 years old?
Yeah.
6, 7, maybe 8.
She wanted to be an astronaut?
She wanted to be an astronaut.
That's
like
crazy.
At the event, we're like, what? That's crazy. She was like, we were like, oh, like I think Alexis asked her like, "Oh, do you want to be a doctor?" And she's like, "No." Like the mom's like, "Oh no, she wanted to be a doctor, but now she's thinking she wants to be an astronaut." I'm like, what the hell? That's crazy, you know. So
y si se puede. There's already
si se puede, right?
Jose Hernandez.
I
met him. Phenomenal, amazing, inspiring person.
Who?
You know, Jose Hernandez, first Mexican into outer space. They made a movie on him.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
Million Miles Away.
A million miles away.
Yeah.
I met him at Stanford. He pulled
Stanford?
up. Yeah.
Damn.
Amazing, super chill guy. Yeah.
Man, that's sick.
That's dope, bro. So
yeah, I watched that movie. It was really good. Shout out to them.
yeah, for real. Bro, so we want to hear about, like, so, you know, how long is PA school, and like now, what are your plans moving forward, you know, in your career and stuff like that, for people to kind of get the picture of, you know, you just graduated from PA school, and then like now what's the next step?
Yeah, so PA school, you know, it could be anywhere from 24 months to like 28 months. I think the average is 27 months, 28 months. It really depends on the program.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford's is on the longer side. They're about 30, 31 months long. So it's the reason for that, we have a summer. We take like courses that PA schools don't require, like embryology, histology,
Dope.
And then we also have longer and more.
So pretty much
trips.
what you're saying is you're ready for anything. You're a sick ass fool that will take care of sick ass fools.
Ya tú sabes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and so 31 months long. Now, you know, I probably could have had a job by now, but when I graduated, took my board. The board is called PANCE, not to be confused with pantalones. It's PANCE, PANCE, the physician assistant national certified exam.
Okay.
So that's the boarding exam. That's you get like fully certified.
Okay.
From there, you have to get like certified or licensed by the state. So I got licensed by California. And right when that happened, you know, and just talking about transparency, like that's when I took out a loan essentially, and you know, I went to Europe. You know, never thought I could go to Europe. I went for my second time. I went twice in PA school. I never traveled. I made it a priority to be able to be my best academically and like not give up like on little dreams, because I feel like undergrad, to get to where I wanted to, I sacrificed too much. You know,
actually, that's important, bro. And let's talk more about that, because that's really important, and that's what I want everyone to hear out there. That part, like the taking the time to reward yourself, right? The balance, and we talk about that a lot. We preach that all the time. And I don't know. I don't want to say that people are tired of hearing it from us, but I love that. And can you please elaborate more on that and talk about how important that is, or at least how important it's been to you to do that and kind of keep you going?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things where like if I don't do something, like I won't have the mental capacity or the bandwidth to do anything else. So like what I call them is like my non-negotiables. So, you know, I want to be the best I can be academically in PA school, but now my non-negotiables are certain things that no matter what I can't give up, because I know will like recharge me. Me dan las pilas, essentially. Like if I don't do this, I'm gonna go insane. And one of those non-negotiables is like exercise for the most part. You know, some weeks I'll work out during PA school. I'll work out 5 times a week, sometimes twice. But nonetheless, my non-negotiable is in a week I had to work out like at least twice. It just it makes me feel good. You know, obviously go into like the physiological and biochemical benefits of all that, but like physically, it makes me feel good mentally. The other thing is like travel and to do the things I love, be with my loved ones. I didn't want to miss out on big events the way I used to in the past. And traveling was one of those. You know, I think one thing I did, I used to go to raves back in undergrad and like after undergrad, and you know, it was fun. I still like going to raves. It's been a while actually, but I enjoy them. But one thing I always want to do was travel, because I never traveled. Honestly, traveling like to Europe, I could have never thought about that before, like PA school. I thought it was like movie stuff. You know, to me, it's like as foreign as like having Christmas and it's snowing in Los Angeles.
I had this weird. I randomly think about this, but like you posted once a clip of you like being like with like in front of Idris Elba, like being DJ, right?
Oh yeah, Idris Elba. He was DJing in Ibiza.
Bro, you were there, right?
Yeah,
Ibiza, yeah. And you were there, bro. I don't know why. Sometimes I randomly get this thought. I'm like, damn, Omar was in front of fucking Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
A trip. I didn't even know it was to be there.
That's
and that was the first time I went to Europe. That was 2 years ago. I cried, bro. It's like I never would have thought I would go to Europe. Like honestly, and I never would have been able to afford it. You know. But like I made it a priority. And like when it comes to like doing things like this, it takes a while. It's like trial and error, how to prioritize. You know, not only sleep, but like exercise or things you like to do, whether it's read, hike, you know, watch a show. Like you have to like go through the ropes and just try. Eventually you'll get better at it on prioritizing, and eventually you'll learn that like if you just block out, it doesn't hurt to block out like an hour, 2 hours, 3 days from now or a week from now, and just dedicate that to yourself, right? Because like in medicine, it's like the sad part about it is like you have to sneak medicine into every crevice of your life if you want to be successful. Like there's just so many variables, so many diseases, conditions, etc. they need to memorize. And if you enjoy that, it's amazing, but like prioritize yourself, your mental health and your sleep and everything.
I'm glad you bring that up, bro. Seriously, I think what you said is something that we talk about all the time. I also, when I came to med school, I had my non-negotiables and stuff, and I think that's really important. And you're hearing it from someone else who's successfully, you know, made it through PA school and stuff. So, you know, like, keep that in mind, y'all. Like we work really hard, but we need to take care of ourselves, y'all. Like you can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself. So glad you brought it up.
Yeah, and I wanted to bring something up in terms of taking care of people. Something happened today that was pretty wild, and I still like can't I can't believe we're living in some crazy times, man. I just I don't. All right, we all know, you guys watching this. I'm sure it's been all over. We had someone running for president. Like there was an assassination attempt. That's just wild to me, bro, to think about.
Insane.
Like insane. Like I don't know, but the furthest back I can remember is George Bush as president, and then Barack Obama, right? And I don't remember there being ever like a assassination attempt. And we literally just lived through it in the age of like social media. It was instantly on the internet, right? And I'm sure we've probably all seen the clips. Someone running for president called Donald Trump was shot at, and there's like a picture of him, like the shot or whatever grazed like their face and stuff. And I saw that they were I mean, I don't know if like as we're speaking now in the moment they're under medical care, but I did hear like reports like he's being taken care of. He went to the I don't know, medical facility. I don't know any of the details like that, but someone tried to kill this person, right? They're going under medical treatment now. And just first impressions as like medical trainees and medical professionals now, what are the first couple of things that like run through your mind as you think about this?
Damn, I guess I could. I'll give that
medical,
a shot.
Yeah, definitely.
In the video I heard multiple gunshots. So my thing is, okay, he did get shot, right? Like, and
right.
if he got shot, if it grazes his ear, his cheek,
yeah.
What else? Like, let me take a look, because honestly, in the moment, like, you might actually get like shot somewhere else or hurt somewhere else that you don't know because your body's just distracted, right? Adrenaline's running, everything. So my thing would be like, is he breathing? Is he talking? And he was moving.
The ABCs.
The ABCs, man, the ABCs.
Airway, breathing, circulation.
Circulation.
That's an ER doc.
What's the D? I forgot the D.
Oh, no. I said ABC.
ABC, that's ABC, D, E. ABC.
Oh, yeah, there's
ABCD.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm blanking out.
No, I don't.
That's X-ray. That's looking at an X-ray.
E is everything else, I think.
For X-ray.
E is everything else.
There's also ABCDE for X-ray, looking at X-ray, but not for the life-saving one.
Yeah. These diaphragm, right? But first impression. I mean, like, how is he doing? Is he talking? Is he moving?
Right. That's the first like emergent thing you'll look at, right?
But if you saw what was the first thing he did? He like brought his fist out. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that, so that lets me know he's breathing probably, and he's still conscious, right? Because he was able to like do a fist pump.
So this fool like came out and he was like
you didn't get me. Stuff. But so all right, you've assessed all of that stuff, and then what would you probably do next after that?
Honestly, my first instinct, if I was probably like, I'm sure the Secret Service, whoever's with them, are trained in that aspect. Is like safety. So it's always like, if anything, like safety is one of the first things you look at before airway. Like, are you in danger? Look around. Am I safe? Am I, Next thing they say, like in EMS, emergency medicine services, is, do you have your gear, PPI and all that? But at that point, it's just like, am I safe? No. Probably the best thing to do is just get them out of the way.
Yeah, right? Which I think like a whole bunch of Secret Service people just jumped on them.
Blind,
which D, by the way, is defibrillation.
Oh, there we go.
But we didn't. He was alive and well, so no need for defibrillation.
Yes, no need for that.
No.
But other than that, I mean, the fact that he was moving, put his fist in the air, I think I would have been okay with just taking him and still getting him checked out at a medical facility where they have like the proper resources. But did he hit his head when he he ducked down?
Important,
like,
definitely.
Something you got to inspect, but you probably can't do a full assessment until you
take him to the facility.
Or get him away from danger, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Medical ass fool.
Another ER fool here too. What would you do, fool?
Your ER fool?
I want to go to EM, yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, emergency medicine.
That's right.
So it's kind of crazy, y'all, because I feel like I watched this kind of unfold, right? Like I feel like we got back from the game, whatever, or the Dodgers thing, and then I went on Twitter and it was like trending Trump shot, and I was
Elon
like,
Musk tweeted that it might be the most liked tweet of all time. Actually,
oh really?
I heard. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's on rate to be the most liked or the most viewed tweet of all time.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, it was definitely trending on Twitter.
Anyways, I hop on and I'm like, oh, Trump shot, and I was like, I don't know what this means, but there's no way. And I didn't at first. I didn't click on it.
Because you couldn't believe it.
No. I just thought it was something else. Like I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean? What'd you think
I don't know
it was?
what it would be.
Like,
I was just like, I don't know.
ChatGPT generated.
Something else. I don't know. Like
he was shot with like a
because it just said Trump shot. I don't even know what that meant. Like I don't know. Like sometimes I just don't. I just it doesn't come to our mind to be like, oh, like there's an assassination attempt today, whatever. But then I clicked out of it. It was like for like a second, and then I was like, hey, let me go back to that. Let me back.
Bro, can we see how many likes that Elon Musk tweet has? He tweeted earlier today. It was like the whole video of him. It's probably like more down. This is Elon Musk's page? No, it's like a whole video. Like you'll see it ASAP.
So he's the one who posted the video?
There it is. How many likes does that have? 60K? How many views does it have?
El Padrino has more.
Yeah, that never mind.
Facts.
I think it's another one because I think the one I had seen had like 500,000 likes. Oh, it's that one. That one. That one. No, under yeah, one of those. Bro, that right there is going viral. That's gonna be.
It's already viral, bro. That's just everywhere.
Yeah.
With the 50 Cent music, like many man. Like it's. Oh, sorry, what?
No, you seen it. Your first reaction was, nah, this can't be it.
Yeah, I was like, nah, this can't be it. So basically, I was watching this whole thing kind of unfold, right? So like, I went back and I was like, oh, and I saw it was trending, whatever. Clicked on it, and then I saw the video, and I'm like, oh damn, oh shit, like this is for real.
Crazy picture right there.
And then I saw a ton of people at the time were like saying, oh, this is so staged, this is so staged. And I watched the video, and like I was like, like. I feel like, as medical professionals and anyone like in higher education, whatever, like we're taught to be like, okay, you don't jump to a conclusion, whatever, blah, 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 like until you have the whole picture, whatever. And I saw the thing and I was like, okay, like it is kind of weird to me that like the guy literally stood up right away and was like fist pumping. And then the fact that like I personally didn't see anyone in the back. Like I heard multiple shots, but I didn't see anyone in the back like fall. And it only hit his ear. So
but I think there was someone else that died.
No, exactly. But I'm talking about like how the story.
Oh, as it unfolded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I guess I could kind of see that because it was like they were like jumping on him, like the security, but then he got up like right away, and it was like, wait, if the president almost got shot, like wouldn't it be way more intense? And I was like, whatever, it could be, it could not be staged, whatever. I don't.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we're
like,
not here to debunk that or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would personally be like, I don't have enough information to make the conclusion of whether this was staged or not. And like you see that super viral picture, and everyone was like, "Oh, like,
crazy.
Dude, that shit was so staged." Like the American flag is literally right there.
Who put it there?
This is
and like someone just took like 10 shots at him, and the only thing that it did was like graze him. Like it was
so, damn. So yeah, I mean, this is insane.
But then, like later on, then I started seeing like there was more videos came up. They were interviewing people. They even interviewed like an emergency medicine doctor who was there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like I saw a person behind me, and like his brain matter was literally out in the like."
I think
it did hit some people, and then there was other videos where they found the shooter.
Okay. So
that's concerning to me. Like, why are they standing up? When
right,
like it just happened,
like you do like
you gotta
the
get
most
out of the way.
to like literally be like, all right, like.
Well, here's the thing too. I mean, we don't know if at this point he knows the shooter was confirmed like to be killed. And all
Secret
that.
Service, maybe they
confirmed. Literally seconds after a shot, bro. Like they would not.
So
like
El Padrino, as a medical professional, you see this unfolding before your eyes, right? What is what do you think? Like, what is running through your mind?
It's just safety.
Safety,
honestly.
right?
Yeah, like at this point, like doesn't matter where he got hit. We gotta take him out, take him somewhere else.
As a medical professional, we want to check him, right? Like, oh my God, is he okay? Where did he get shot? Because at that point, like you mentioned, like the adrenaline is running. Someone might not feel it, whatever in the moment, right? But we want to make sure everything is good. Yeah.
So like, going back to like the ABCs thing, like I was an EMT for about 2.5 years. Like the first thing they teach you is ABCs, but the first even before A is like, where are you safe? And you can't treat any. It's like when you're in an airplane, right? They advise you, put your mask on first. You don't put your mask on, you can't help anyone. It's the same concept. Facts. Personally, if I'm like somewhere in the crowd, I'm taking myself and my loved ones out of the picture. Secret Service, different story, right? That's their job. But the first thing would be take the person to safety.
But yeah, it was crazy too. As I was watching this stuff like unfold, I saw several people who were saying like, honestly saying something like, "Oh, he should have been dead," or whatever, all that stuff. And I thought to myself, I started thinking like, okay, like, like I'm not gonna get political or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of racist things said about Mexicans and who we are, that we're certain type of people, we're drug dealers, all that stuff.
Wow.
And to be honest, when the whole election happened in 2016, like it caused me a lot of stress, like in my life.
I understand.
I almost dropped out of school when he got elected because I thought I was going to get deported.
Yeah.
But then I was asking myself, and as I was seeing these comments, I was like, you know what, dude? Like, if you I actually started being like, no, like as I was seeing that, I was like, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope they take care of him. And if I was the emergency doctor taking care of him, like I would treat him like any other patient. And even though he's like, caused so much stress in my life and my family, like terrified them for many years, I was like, no, like I would take care of him just like I would take care of anyone else.
Same. I felt the same
character, man. Yeah, because like in medicine, you're like trained to just treat the person, put everything away, put everything apart.
Exactly.
Like I've personally encountered like a patient that I was with and I was trying to treat as a PA student. And then like next thing you know, I gotta take a listen to his heart, lungs, whatever. Takes his shirt off, have a big swastika in front of his chest, right? And like, what do? Like, you treat the person, and like, obviously, it's normal to have like thoughts like that. I think it's very normal, but what sets apart, people in medicine, I think, is that, right? That's our mission.
We literally take an oath, right? And we're gonna take care of every individual, no matter what, the exact same way. And the way I think about it is, I'm going to take care of every individual who steps into that hospital as it was my family member, and because that's how I would want any of my family members to be treated. So I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to treat everybody with the utmost respect and the best way I possibly can. Yeah.
True. That's the kind of doctor you want, y'all.
Exactly.
Anyways, I guess we've been here for a while. We're going to start wrapping this up. We left y'all with a little cliffhanger earlier. We never really got back to it. But basically, me and this dude met one time.
Oh, yeah. I want to hear about that. Tell me.
So
I wasn't there, and I just heard, like, yo, I heard about this, and I was like, what? No way y'all bumped
into
each other.
So it's crazy. We'll hear your side of the story.
Yeah,
but essentially, at the time, just to preface a little bit, we maybe had, like, less than 1,000 followers, 500.
I'll give you a probably better understanding. I think it was like December 2021, something like that. Does that sound familiar?
December 2020.
Or 2022. It was like a winter break, and it was like early on in the Foos medicine.
Yeah. We had just started it then.
So 2022, maybe.
Yeah. I think 2022. 22. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was at Perlas. Las Perlas?
Perlas, y'all. Shout out to
Perlas. Perlas comes up again in the conversation. Hey, Perlas, if y'all want to give us, a sponsorship at this point, we welcome it.
Go. I'll go there right now.
Y'all, literally. Every episode, y'all, it's our mission to make sure Perlas is on the Foos Medicine podcast, y'all. Shout out to Perlas. Shout out to the homies running Perlas. Shout out to all the Foos fighting outside of Perlas. Shout out to the fucking glizzies outside of Perlas, man.
Oh, the hot dogs, yeah.
Sometimes they're aight, but shout out to those homies, y'all.
The security at Perlas, everything.
Perlas brings people together, y'all. That's all I'm trying to say.
We unify.
This homie, we met at it was crazy, y'all, because I think we had, like I said, like just a couple hundred, maybe not even 1,000. I don't even think we had 1,000. But anyways, I think I was going to the bathroom or something.
You were just coming out.
Oh, I was coming out. If y'all
I
been
was
to
going in.
Perlas, if y'all been to Perlas, y'all know that bathroom is the nicest, cleanest bathroom you'll ever see. Y'all like
It's nicest.
smallest line, y'all. It's
Nicest.
clean. Like you can literally like
Sleep on the floor.
yeah, y'all can like. Nah, I'm not gonna be too nasty. But anyways, it's a nice bathroom, y'all. And I was walking out, and this dude runs into me, and he was like, "Oh, yo, aren't you like the guy from like Foos Medicine?"
I did a double take. I was like, and I mean, obviously, I knew you because of this guy, and I was like, I don't think I knew your name. I was like, oh, you're the other guy in Foos and Medicine. I think you just looked at me and like we're like, what's up? And I was like, all right, cool, what's up?
But I couldn't like. To me, it was like, what? I've never been recognized. You know, like
That was the first.
I was
time
your biggest
you,
fan?
Yeah, you were the first time you got recognized, bro.
now it's like
Damn.
every day.
Whoa,
you know, like,
yeah,
it's,
pretty
like,
much. But
wherever.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I was gonna talk to you about this today, not knowing that you would have remembered or knew it was me somehow.
No, I think
That's a trip.
I do because I think you said something like, "Oh, I went to like see someone with Alexis." Or
Oh,
something
okay,
like that.
okay.
And then I told him, and I was like, "Yo, I mean,
Yeah.
someone recognized me at Perlas. What the hell?"
That's because you look like you're about to square up. I'm like, hey, bro, I know Alexis.
And I feel like that was a moment of realization for me, guys, because I started being like, "Damn, I have no privacy, y'all. Like
fame was getting to you, huh?
I can't lay low. Like,
Can't even take a shit in paz.
like it's over for me, guys. Like the paparazzis and shit. Nah, just kidding, y'all. It wasn't like that, but I did think like, crap, like, people recognize me. What the hell, like, yeah,
It was a fun night.
It was
a good
cool,
night.
yeah. I don't know if I remember what. Like, yeah, it's always a good time at Perlas,
You
y'all.
don't remember how it ended, but
Even if you don't remember, you know it was a good time.
that's what's up.
I found a video. It might have been that day, bro. The day after, I found a video on my phone, and I was, damn, I don't know if I ever showed you, bro, but I was holding a glizzy. I was holding a glizzy, and it was like POV, and there were some dudes fighting outside, and I was like, yo, these fools don't let me eat my glizzy, man. They're fighting out here. I'm just trying to eat y'all. And I was like, damn, I don't remember recording that.
And that was outside of Perlas.
Might have been the same night, bro.
We all know a homie that got kicked out of there or got jumped
or got their shit stolen. You know?
Yeah.
Damn, for real. I can't wait to the homie Eric SCLA Clips is behind this camera because we got some stories to tell. Perlas, no? All right.
Hey, Perlas, we're going to Perlas after this in case y'all are wondering.
Didn't repost it. That's gonna repost it next time.
Yeah. Repost us. Why not? You know, we it unifies the community, and I think the Perlas is a very very important what is it like
It's part of the culture, bro.
yeah,
It's a
exactly.
staple, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, exactly.
Music's amazing.
Exactly. So
It's not for everyone, y'all, but you know,
yeah.
if it's for you, it's for you.
Only one way to find out, though.
Exactly. Anyways, y'all,
Check it out.
we're gonna start wrapping this up. Padrino, honestly, I'm proud of you, bro. Seriously, not many of us get this far, so I'm seriously proud of you. And keep doing what you're doing, bro, and bring other people with you.
That's the plan.
Yeah, no, I mean, Omar, like, you know, I'm proud of you, man. Like, I've told you this in the past, and I'll tell you again. Like, you know, I look up to you as an individual. Very inspiring, very motivating. Thank you for being our first guest on this podcast. Honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to be anybody else. And thank you for the wisdom that you've provided to us today, and for all the information and stuff.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, the honor is mine. Thank y'all for even thinking of me to being here. Honestly, Alexis, I have so much love for you, bro. Super proud of you. And, you know, Irvin, just that knowing that you're a close friend with him, like, just says a lot about you. You know, you're part of his circle, and, like, I'm happy I got to meet you finally, bro. You've been inspiring me, even though I've never met you. Well, never officially met you outside of Las Perlas. But, yeah, bro, I try to repost every video I post. Either it's funny, or it's moving, or it's just fucking, like, life-changing.
I started dancing now.
He
Hey, let me
dances
know what
now.
y'all think of the dances.
Hey,
Yeah.
someone, y'all subscribe to this if y'all want to see this dude twerk.
Again?
Wait,
Work
hold
again?
up.
Twerk outside of
Perlas?
outside of Perlas. Social media, y'all. Subscribe if you want to see that.
Subscribe, like, comment, leave your favorite segment in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, please.
Please comment. Also, suggestions for names for
For
our
the podcast, we're
y'all.
still looking for a name.
And follow us on YouTube and Spotify.
That's right.
And
If
Foos Medicine, baby.
if you're listening to this on Spotify, huge shout out to you. Thank you. On YouTube too. Thank you. You're a real one.
Foos Medicine, baby.
That's right. El Padrino. Thank you.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Any last words you want to say? Anything you want to say to the audience? Anyone out there? Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, I think one thing I always like to say is like, obviously, se puede, si se pudo. Like, if I can do it, y'all, anyone can do it. You know, no matter where you come from, how you look, what medical condition you have, like, we can do this. And if you can't, like, we are here specifically to not only make it known that it's possible, but to show you that that we have a community that we can all carry along, take all the village with us to success. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions, whether it's, you know, pre-PA or pre-health. You know where to find me at El Padrino. And thank you again, and love y'all.
thank you guys. Thank you, Padrino. We're wrapping it up, y'all. Y'all catch us at Perlas if you want. But again, subscribe. Take care, y'all.
That's right.
Deuces.
Foos and medicine, baby.